It is generally acceptable to place a transformer in the attic space. The transformer should be installed in a well-ventilated location away from insulation and other heat-producing materials. Ensure there is sufficient clearance around the transformer for ventilation. Transformers do generate some heat, but it is typically not significant enough to be a concern in an attic space. However, it is important to use a transformer that is rated for the correct wattage of the halogen lights you will be using. Here are some recommendations. Firstly, use a transformer that is rated for at least 150% of the total wattage of the halogen lights. Secondly, install the transformer in a non-combustible enclosure such as a metal box. Thirdly, run the cord to the switch in a conduit or cable raceway for protection. Fourthly, if possible, place the transformer on a heat-resistant surface or use a heat sink to dissipate heat. Fifthly, consider installing a heat-activated switch that will automatically shut off the transformer if the temperature gets too high. Halogen lights generate significant heat, so it is important to have adequate ventilation around them. Do not touch the glass bulb of a halogen light with bare hands, as this can cause premature failure. Regularly clean the glass bulb with a soft cloth to remove dust and dirt. When dealing with electrical components and wiring, it is crucial to prioritize safety and follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations. If you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. This ensures the safety of the installation and prevents potential hazards. When selecting a transformer for halogen lights, consider the total wattage of all the lights connected to it. It's a good practice to choose a transformer with a wattage rating that is higher than the total wattage of the lights. This provides a safety margin and prevents the transformer from overheating. As mentioned before, a rating of at least 150% of the total wattage of the halogen lights is a good guideline. Proper ventilation is essential to prevent the transformer from overheating and potentially causing a fire hazard. Make sure the transformer is installed in an area with adequate airflow. Avoid placing it in enclosed spaces or near insulation that could restrict ventilation. A well-ventilated attic space is generally suitable for transformer placement. Non-combustible enclosures, such as metal boxes, are recommended for housing the transformer. These enclosures provide an extra layer of protection in case of a fault or overheating. They also help to contain any potential fire hazards. When running the cord to the switch, use a conduit or cable raceway to protect the wiring from damage. This helps to prevent electrical shorts and other potential hazards. Conduits and cable raceways provide a physical barrier that protects the wires from physical damage, moisture, and other environmental factors. Placing the transformer on a heat-resistant surface or using a heatsink can help to dissipate heat and keep the transformer running cooler. This is particularly important if the transformer is located in a warm environment. Heat sinks are designed to draw heat away from electronic components and dissipate it into the surrounding air. A heat-activated switch can automatically shut off the transformer if the temperature gets too high. This provides an added layer of safety and prevents the transformer from overheating and potentially causing a fire. These switches are designed to trip when the temperature exceeds a certain threshold, cutting off the power supply to the transformer. Halogen lights themselves generate a significant amount of heat, so it is important to ensure adequate ventilation around them as well. Avoid placing them near flammable materials or in enclosed spaces where heat can build up. Proper ventilation helps to dissipate the heat and prevent the lights from overheating. Never touch the glass bulb of a halogen light with bare hands. The oils from your skin can cause the bulb to overheat and fail prematurely. If you need to handle a halogen light bulb, use gloves or a clean cloth. Regularly clean the glass bulb with a soft cloth to remove dust and dirt. This helps to maintain the light output and prevent the bulb from overheating. Dust and dirt can act as insulators, trapping heat and causing the bulb to burn out faster. Using the correct type of wire and proper wiring techniques is critical for a safe and reliable installation. Be sure to use wire that is rated for the voltage and current of the circuit. Follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations when wiring the transformer and lights. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. Over time, electrical connections can loosen and corrode, which can lead to problems. Periodically check the connections in the transformer and lights to make sure they are tight and clean. If you find any loose or corroded connections, tighten or replace them as needed. Transformers have a limited lifespan, and they can eventually fail. If your transformer is old or showing signs of wear, it is a good idea to replace it. Replacing a transformer is a relatively simple and inexpensive way to prevent potential problems. If you are unsure about any aspect of the halogen light installation, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. An electrician can assess the situation, provide expert advice, and ensure that the installation is safe and code compliant. Remember that working with electricity can be dangerous, so it is important to take all necessary precautions. Turn off the power to the circuit before working on any electrical components. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate safety gear. Never work on electrical wiring in wet or damp conditions. By following these recommendations, you can ensure the safe and reliable operation of your halogen lighting system. Proper transformer placement, heat management, and ventilation are essential for preventing potential hazards and extending the lifespan of your lights. Always prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. Furthermore, consider the energy efficiency of your lighting system. While halogen lights are relatively inexpensive, they are not as energy efficient as other types of lighting, such as LED. If you are looking to save energy and reduce your electricity bills, consider replacing your halogen lights with LED. LED are much more energy efficient and have a longer lifespan than halogen lights. They also produce less heat, which can help to reduce your cooling costs. When choosing LED, be sure to select ones that are compatible with your existing fixtures and wiring. You may also need to replace the transformer if you switch to LED, as some LED require a different voltage than halogen lights. Another important consideration is the color temperature of your lights. Color temperature is a measure of the warmth or coolness of the light. It is measured in Kelvin. Lower Kelvin values, such as 2700 Kelvin, produce a warm, yellowish light. Higher Kelvin values, such as 5000 Kelvin, produce a cool, bluish light. The ideal color temperature for your lights will depend on the application. For general lighting, a color temperature of around 3000 Kelvin is a good choice. For task lighting, a cooler color temperature of around 4000 Kelvin may be more appropriate. Also, consider the dimming capabilities of your lights. Some halogen lights and LED are dimmable, while others are not. If you want to be able to dim your lights, make sure to select dimmable fixtures and a compatible dimmer switch. Dimming can help to save energy and create a more comfortable atmosphere. Finally, remember to recycle your old halogen light bulbs properly. Halogen light bulbs contain small amounts of mercury, so it is important to dispose of them safely. Many local recycling centers accept halogen light bulbs. You can also check with your local waste management company for information on how to properly dispose of them. Keep in mind that electrical codes and regulations can vary depending on your location. It is important to check with your local authorities to ensure that your halogen light installation is compliant with all applicable codes. In addition to the recommendations mentioned earlier, consider using a surge protector to protect your transformer and lights from power surges. Power surges can damage electrical components and shorten their lifespan. A surge protector can help to absorb these surges and protect your equipment. Also, be aware of the potential for electromagnetic interference, or EMI, from the transformer. EMI can interfere with other electronic devices, such as radios and televisions. To minimize EMI, keep the transformer away from other sensitive electronic devices and use shielded cables. When installing the transformer, make sure it is properly grounded. Grounding helps to protect against electrical shock and prevent damage to equipment. Connect the ground wire from the transformer to a suitable grounding point in your electrical system. If you are not familiar with grounding techniques, consult with a qualified electrician. If you notice any unusual noises or smells coming from the transformer or lights, turn off the power immediately and investigate the problem. Unusual noises or smells can be a sign of a problem, such as overheating or a short circuit. Do not attempt to repair the problem yourself unless you are qualified to do so. Contact a qualified electrician for assistance. Remember to keep the area around the transformer and lights clean and free of clutter. Clutter can restrict ventilation and increase the risk of fire. Regularly inspect the area to make sure it is clear of any obstructions. When working with halogen lights, be careful not to touch the bulb with bare hands even when the light is off. The bulb can remain hot for some time after it has been turned off. Wait for the bulb to cool down completely before handling it. If you are using halogen lights in a recessed fixture, make sure the fixture is rated for use with halogen lights. Recessed fixtures can trap heat, so it is important to use a fixture that is designed to dissipate heat properly. Also, be aware of the potential for glare from halogen lights. Glare can be uncomfortable and can make it difficult to see. To minimize glare, use a diffuser or reflector to soften the light. If you are using halogen lights in a work area, make sure the lighting is adequate for the task. Poor lighting can lead to eye strain and fatigue. Use a task light to provide focused illumination for your work. Finally, remember that safety is always the top priority when working with electricity. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. An electrician can ensure that the installation is safe and code compliant.